Hi, so today I'm going to show you how to use Quizlet. Now, Quizlet is a study tool, a flashcard tool, it's an assessment tool. It's a lot of different things, but it's pretty simple in the way that you set it up. So there's one of two ways that you can go ahead and start using Quizlet. One is to search for content that another user has already created. The other way would be to create your own from scratch. So here I'm going to create a new what they call study set, which is really just a stack of note cards pretty much. And I'm going to do computer terms. And then down a little ways, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different terms and definitions that are ready to go. So here I'm going to start typing in the terms, and then I'm going to enter a definition for them. And then I'm going to go down to the next term. And the next one. And I'm going to keep on going until I have about 6 different terms. And when I run out of the initial terms, I can add another card. And now I am ready to create my finished set. Oop, I forgot. I need to define a language. So I'm just going to go to the first question. I'm going to click Choose Language, and I'm going to say English. Now I should be able to click Create. And voila, there we go. So as soon as I finish creating it, it's going to ask me what I want to do with it. One is I can copy the link and send it out to my students. Another is I can share it on Google Classroom, or I can add it to a class that's in Quizlet itself, or share and remind as well. It's another option. So I'm just going to X out of this, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So from a student's perspective, what they can do is they can take a look at flashcards. So here's the definition, and when I flip it over, or the term, I'm sorry, and then when I flip it over, there's the definition, and then I can advance to the next one. And that's a very basic way to use Quizlet. The other thing you can do is you can use the Learn tool. So what the Learn tool does is it's adaptive flashcards. So when I get started, it'll let me know that as soon as I start getting the questions right, they're going to get a little bit harder. And then it's going to start throwing questions at me. All right, and lets me know when I get something correct. The other thing I wanted to point out was that when you answer the question, you'll see little audio symbols, and what that'll do is it'll allow you to listen to the definitions.
A device that scans something that is flat and sends the image to the computer.
All right, and it's actually not too bad. The computer voice actually isn't too annoying. All right, and I did pretty well on that round. So what it's going to do is it's going to start getting a little bit harder. So here it has me typing the answer to the question. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So this one I was a little close, and what's nice is that I said plural speakers and I was right, so I'm going to go ahead and click override. I was actually right on that one. All right, here I'm going to get the one completely wrong. And it's going to let me know that I need to study that. So eventually what it's going to do is it's going to prompt me to correct my answer. So here I'm going to type the correct answer, and it'll give me kind of some partial credit for that one. So that's the Learn tool. I also have ways to do write or to listen and spell. There's ways to generate a test right from here, one that I can also print. So this is extremely helpful to have a printed test as well as a digital one that I can assign to my students. There's also some games that I can play. So here's a matching game where I just have to put one on top of the other and they'll disappear. All right, and then you can compete against other students as well and see who can get first place. There's other games like Gravity, And here I'm going to answer with the term itself instead of the definition, which is a little bit long. All right, and you get the point here. All right, the last is Live, and Live is a really great tool that allows you to have multiple students working on the same set of questions. So here you might have 3 students working on a team, but only one has the correct answer. It's a great tool, and I will cover it in greater detail probably at a later video. So one other thing I wanted to show you is if I go back to edit these computer terms, I can also use a diagram where I kind of created a labeling type of task. So here I'm going to click to add and label a diagram, and then I'm going to choose my image. And here I'm going to select little points or hotspots. Here I'm going to use monitor. All right, I'm going to link it to a term that I already have in my set. All right, and then what I can do from here is now I have a study tool where I can click and get the definitions that way. So ways that I can use this is to do like that learn task again, and selecting a hotspot. All right. So again, my other option is to search for sets that are already created. So I might type in computer terms. There's mine, but then I have ones from other teachers that I may want to use as well. So some of these have pictures on the individual items instead of a definition. This one here has computer and then a picture of one, mouse and a picture of one. So that's another way that you can use Quizlet to just do images and not definitions. So that is Quizlet. If you need more information, please reach out, and I hope you have a great day.